again, and welcome to another episode of Merkon's Musings, a Star Wars action figure review. And today we're looking at none other than the Imperial TIE Fighter pilot. And as you can see, we have many different versions of the Imperial TIE Fighter pilot, and I'll be reviewing each and every one. This is the last Kenner action figure from Wave 3 that I have yet to review. After this review, I'll be moving on to the Return of the Jedi waves. Don't worry, we'll still be seeing some Empire Strikes Back material, playsets, ships, etc. So this doesn't mean that this is the end of seeing Empire Strikes Back toys. So I want to also add a note that this review will only review TIE Fighter pilots that have appeared on a card for sale by themselves, not any that are included in spaceships. We've seen TIE Fighter pilots in all three of the original trilogy films, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. But the Kenner line was the first to do it for the Empire Strikes Back wave. And the TIE Fighter pilot came out in 1982. So before we get into the reviews, I'm going to give you a short history of the character. So the TIE Fighter pilots are part of the Empire's combat forces, completely loyal to the Emperor. They are trained to ignore their personal safety for the sake of the mission. So with that said, let's take a look at these action figures. So as you can see here, we have lots of different versions of TIE Fighter pilot. And as you can see here, here's the Kenner pilot from 1982. And he has typical Kenner articulation. This action figure came on both the Empire Strikes Back card and the Return of the Jedi card for the original trilogy. This is your standard Kenner action figure articulation, and it's got only 4 points of articulation, the arms and the legs, as you can see, right? So the head is just stuck on. They just molded and put it with part of the torso. But this action figure looks actually very good for its time. It's pretty ambitious, with the exception of the loss of the head articulation. It looks very screen accurate. I like how they have the bunching up of the flight suit in certain areas. And you can see it's got the life support system. And I like the fact that they put the Imperial symbol on not only the helmet, but on their arm patches. And the back looks really great too. Very screen accurate. Typical Kenner action figure. It's not one that I had as a kid. I just bought it actually later on, obviously. And they gave it the blaster of the Twin Pod Cloud pilots, which was created just for them. And they never really showed the TIE Fighter pilots having a blaster pistol. But I'll get into that when we get to the later versions. So the next one is the Power of the Force 2, which came out in 1996, which is this one and this one. So this is how it was originally packed. It had like a hologram or a regular photo for the red version of this card. So this was the green version. It had the hologram image of the TIE Fighter pilot. On the back, it has, some images of other figures in the line, some vehicles, but it gives you like a really cool information card that you can cut out and keep. The only thing this thing suffers from is the Power of the Force 2 Kenner-like articulation. But I'll get into that when I open up the next one. So this one, as I said before, is the same as the red carded version. And then also the one which I really like is the freeze frame, because I love the freeze frames. And this is also considered a Power of the Force 2. And this is the one I'm going to open up because I want the freeze frame. I'll open this up so we can get a better look at this action figure. But I really did dig these freeze frame slides. I thought it was really cool. Nice gimmick. And if you look at the back, it's almost the same as the other one. This one's got the trench run photo, which looks great. It doesn't have the information about the TIE Fighter pilots on. Instead, it has this image, which I really like. And I believe this is the image that comes on the freeze frame, which is really nice. And it shows other action figures. And it has the mail-away offer for the freeze frame holder books that you could display your wonderful freeze frames in. So this is... I'm open this one up. This is from the Power of the Force 2 line, and this is a really cool thing because I love these freeze frames. They're really awesome. But yeah, if you're looking at this, it's the image on the back of the card. Let's take a look at this action figure now. So this is the basic Power of the Force 2 action figure. And the thing I can't stand about these figures, besides their articulation, they gave them ridiculous weapons. Like this makes zero sense for someone that flies a ship to have. It's like tremendous. It's like ridiculously big gun. I don't even know what it is. I think it was just made up for the action figure, to be honest. And this is the E11 blaster. And as you can see, it's pretty oversized. It's not really this big, but I don't know why they did this for this line. Another reason I didn't like it, but the main reason I didn't like it was the articulation. It has waist articulation. It has arm articulation with no joints, insert joints, so it just moves up and down like a classic Kenner. The head actually moves, which is nice, which the Kenner one did not have. And it has the leg articulation. So it's got 2, 4, 5, 6 points of articulation. It's not a bad looking action figure. It has the nice deco, much like the Kenner one. It's got the Imperial symbols on it. It's a little bit more streamlined. It doesn't look like as baggy, like the pants part of the jumpsuit doesn't look baggy. And it's very streamlined. And this looks more realistic or more screen accurate, where it's not like covered in fabric, which the other one looked like. But this is not a bad action figure for Power of the Force 2. So the next step in evolution of this action figure is the Saga Collection and the original Trilogy Collection. They are both the same exact action figure, 2 different line names and 2 different card backs, which is kind of strange, but it's the same exact figure. I'll say one positive note about these 2 action figures, or the same action figure, is that it tries to do some more articulation, especially in the arms. So it had all these different points of articulation as the head moves, the 2 arms move up and down, and they have that swivel joint, not the insert joint, but a swivel joint and not a ball joint, which gave it limited movability, and the legs can move up and down, and it had ball joints in the knees, so it could sit down in the TIE Fighter. They're not a bad-looking action figure. The only thing I hated was one of the arms was stuck in an upright position, like it's looking to shake your hand. Definitely not a definitive one. So we're going to take a look at the next one in the evolution, and this one is the Vintage Collection VC65. It came out in 2011, and this action figure is, in my opinion, probably the definitive one. As you can see here, it's got the card back, which looks like The Empire Strikes Back, but I wish they put The Empire Strikes Back in the logo area, but they put Revenge of the Jedi. This came out in that Revenge wave, which kind of made me angry. I wish they would have just given it the original release, but that's what the card back looked like. This is the action figure that's in there. It's a really awesome action figure. Looks really great, and it's good and bad because it's more screen accurate. It's the most screen accurate, obviously, but I like the life support system doesn't move. It's in place, so the head doesn't really get to turn much, which I guess is something that those pilots had to deal with. It's got the insert joints in the elbows, and the wrists can move. And the same on this hand, insert joint on the elbows, and the wrists can move. And then it has a holster, so he can put his gun in, which is really nice. And he has the which I always thought this was a cool looking blaster. He's got the SE-14R light repeating blaster pistol. I always thought it was cool because it had this long scope, which is kind of weird because they could have made a short scope and put it on, but I think it's kind of cool looking. And they also have waist articulation and ball jointed knees for both. So it's got pretty good articulation, standard Vintage Collection articulation, which is good. And even the feet don't have a joint at the ankle, which is interesting. So yeah, this is definitely the definitive version of this action figure. So I'm just going to move this over to the center a little bit. So the last one, this one was an Amazon exclusive. It was a Legacy Collection. It was only offered through Amazon. It didn't hit the shelves in the stores. It's really actually pretty interesting. And if you look at the back, had a build-a-figure, and you could build the TC-70 Jabba the Hutt's protocol droid. As you can see, there were several other figures in the wave that would create this Build-A-Figure. I'm going to pull the figure out so we can get a better look at him. And there's the piece. So this is a really nice action figure as well. It has, what I really like about this action figure, besides the Build-A-Figure part. So this is what's called the Black Squadron. And this has painted on stripes on the face to show that it's an elite unit. So he's an ace. So he's gotten several kills. So that's what I really like about this differentiating it from the other ones, but the same articulation. Looks great. It's got a different blaster. Well, it's got the standard one that I showed you before, the SE-14R. But what I really like about this, it comes with the second blaster, which is a nod to the Kenner one. It's just like the Kenner blaster, which I haven't found the actual real blaster that's modeled after, if there is one. I think it just might be just for the Kenner products, but it's pretty cool. So you have a choice of blasters, and you know the articulation is the same. Yeah, it's very cool. This, I would say they're both definitive. This one, if you like the, you know, elite squad unit, and then the regular one, which is almost exactly the same. This one's got a different life support system, and the belts are the same, sort of. This one looks like it's got two belts, which is kind of neat. This one just has the one belt. But yeah, it's very, very cool. And this one's flight suit is a little bit lighter. It's like a light blackish gray one, and you can remove the helmet on both of these, as you can see. I don't want to pull off the chest plate, but yeah. And it, I don't pull it off. So that's what he looks like underneath. Yeah, so these are the action figures. I like this one better. He actually looks a little bit taller, but I don't think he is. I think it's maybe this because there's more of this midriff part showing. But yeah, they're really awesome figures. But yeah, I like this one better because it's got the ace insignia on his helmet. But that's it. That is the Imperial TIE Fighter pilot. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.